Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. And tonight we are going to see if the New York Red Bulls, Red Bulls, the New York Red Bulls can repeat last game's performance. The last two games have been very, very good. You'll want to go back and check them. Both were, I hate to be spoiler, but both of them, I'm not going to tell you who won, but both of them, we'll just say that results were shocking. We'll leave it at that. But this is game two between New York and Orlando City. Will the sun go down tonight or not? Well, we're going to find out, and we need to do our locker room check to get things started. All right. And the first half locker room check. Control for New York will go up 1, and that will put them up by 1. So New York will have the attacks 1 to 11, and Orlando City 12 to 20. Orlando City has +2 on the composure, and 7 will be +1 to Orlando City's +1 to their keeper, so they will have a 7 keeper, and we will roll for New York's, because New York's secondary keeper is a 1. So let's see what happens here. That's going to be 53. That will be their 6th keeper. And Coronel is he's their 6th keeper. That makes it 8, 7, 10 for New York. And for Orlando, let us check their keeper. Ooh, 96 for Orlando. That will be Stajuhar. 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 He's a 7. And so that will be 6, 7, 9 for Orlando. And Stajuhar got a bolster of 1, so that actually makes him the better of the 2 goalies. And let us get started with the first period. Can New York repeat their last performance? We'll see. All right, we will start in the 8th minute. That's going to be a pitch battle. That will be on New York. Okay. We'll re-roll that one. That's going to be 24. That's going to be a yellow card. That will be add +1 to extra time. First penalty of the game. And this will be on long. And we will go to the second segment of the game. This will take us to the 21st minute. That's going to be an attack. That will be Orlando. That will be on the A column here. 12. That's going to be a goal. The assist will go to Jansen. And the goal will go to Torres. And that will put Orlando up 1-0. We will do our scoring momentum check. That will take us to the 29th minute of play. That's going to be an attack. That will be New York. And that's going to be on the A column here. 40. They're an attack of 8. So this will be a corner kick for New York. 65 on the corner. And Stajuhar will get a save here. That's going to be his first save of the game. All right. 11. That will take us to the 40 minute of play. That's going to be a pitch battle. That will be on Orlando. And that's going to be 28. This will be yellow intensity on Orlando. 8 on yellow intensity. That will give us +1, so that's +2 extra time. That's going to be a yellow card for Orlando. That's going to be their first penalty, and that will be on Schlegel. Schlegel, and that's his first. And a free kick will go to New York. Okay, so New York has a chance for a goal here. That will be 21 on the free kick. And they have a goal of attack of 8. So this will be a keeper check. Keeper for New York. 67 on the keeper. And that will be another Stajuhar save. That's his second save of the game. All right. We have 5 minutes of regulation and 2 minutes of extra time here. And that's going to take us to the 2 minutes of extra time. That's going to be an attack. That will be New York on the A column here. Okay, in the waning seconds of the first period, can New York get a goal? That will be 93. That's going to be a corner kick for New York. 70 on the corner, and that's going to be cleared. And that will be the end of first. All right. only one goal so far, and that was by Orlando. It was on the very first play of the game. Um, oh, I take well, I take that back. The first play of the game was a penalty on New York, but their first offensive attack was by Orlando City. Came in the 21st minute. Jansen got the assist, and Torres got the goal. 1-0. And that's the only offensive action that's occurred in the first period. We're going to go down and do our second locker room check of the evening uh, and see what kind of stats may get changed. Right. Well, let's see what stats get changed, if any, here. For New York, that will be -1 to attack. So their attack will be a 7. And for Orlando, that would be +1 to defense. So their defense will be an 8. New York has 1 to 11 on attack. Orlando has 12 to 20. And they've got +2 composure. So let us check and see if anything. Let's see how this second half unfolds. And anything can go, but Orlando is up 1-0. This will take us to the 51st minute. That's going to be a pitch battle on New York. And that's going to be, oh, wrong dice. Wrong dice. That's going to be 15. And that's going to be a risky foul. That will be a yellow card on New York. That will be New York's second penalty. Add 1 for extra time. The foul will go to Barlow. And Orlando will get a free kick here. So chance to get another score on by Orlando. That's going to be 46 on the free kick, and that will be just out of play. Just misses the goal. Right. $13. That will take us to the 64th minute. Another pitch battle on New York. That will be 15. Another risky foul. So that's going to be a yellow card, their third. 2 minutes of extra time. And this will be on Caceres Jr. It's going to be his first penalty. And Orlando will get another free kick chance here. Another chance to go ahead. 54. And that one's going to be out of play as well. Okay, and let us continue on. This will take us to the 72nd minute of play. That's going to be an attack. That will be New York on the D column. '93 on the D column. And this will be a counter for, this is going to be a counter on Orlando. This will be an A column attack for Orlando. 88. That's going to be a corner kick. 20 on the corner. And their defense is a 7. So this will be cleared. We've got 18 minutes left to go in the game. Or I should say in regulation here. That's going to take us to the 82nd mark. That's going to be a pitch battle on Orlando. It's going to take us to the 27. So that's going to be an easy yellow card. This will be Orlando's second penalty. That will give us 3 minutes of extra time. And this penalty will go against Gilly. No, it's not going to go against Galeese because Galeese is not the goalie. So this will be on Stajuhar. That's the thing here. You look at the card, it has, you look where it says goalkeeper, it says Galeese, and that's who this penalty went against. Well, he wouldn't have the penalty because he's not in the game. He's not the goalie. So it only makes sense to give the penalty to the goalie in question, which would be Stajuhar. So, and okay, and that's pretty much where we're at. Let's go and finish off the game here. We've got 8 minutes of regulation, 3 minutes of extra time. That will take us to the 89th minute of play. That's going to be a pitch battle. That will be on Orlando. That will be 25. That's going to be an easy yellow card for Orlando. That's going to be their third. Give us 4 minutes of extra time. And the penalty will go on Cartagena. And we've got 1 minute of regulation and we've got 4 minutes of extra time. I'm just gonna, there's no sense in rolling 2 dice here. So this will be considered a crunch time roll, which means we add in our composure dice, our white composure dice. Oh, just too high on that composure roll. And that is 7 is beyond on. So this will be the end of the game right here. That's the end of the game. All right. So wow. Um, we've had I mean, we've had two upsets, and the teams that were behind won both the games. So we are tied back up, and we'll have to go to game threes to decide our one battles. And I think I'll hold off till tomorrow for those. But yeah, tune in tomorrow and see how this is going to go down. Uh, will the upsets win or will the favored win? It's all, of course, in the dice, and we will see what happens, how things go down. Uh, and the Red Bulls is the team that Cincinnati plays on Sunday. And if FC Cincinnati wins, they will move on to the third round of the third round of the MLS Cup standings, and that's where you go back to one and done play. Now, see, if it were me, I think it should be one and done until the semifinals, and the semifinals should be the best two or three. That makes sense. But having your best two or three in the second round, I mean, it's great, but I really think the two, you know, best two or three matchups should be in the semifinal because you should have to work in order to get to the cup playoff there. Uh, and I will tell you, if you are a big Stone Cold Stone Cold hockey fan, uh, you'll want to check out, go into the store and check out the fact that there are a couple new WHA hockey sets that just were released today, so you may want to check that out. Um, and I think both, when you add both sets together before taxes, it's like $19, so that's not that bad. Uh, I'm not sure when the Legends of Boxing 2 is coming out, but I'm interested to find out how much that is going to be because I'm debating on whether to get that or to get On Deck Baseball as kind of my Christmas present to myself type thing. Uh, so we'll see. And the other thing I like about, if you check out the On Deck Baseball videos, he uses the 5 by 8.5 binders in there, and I think it would be great to keep these cards in, um, and not only these cards, but the strat cards. The only thing is I would need a lot of binders because I have a lot of strat cards. Uh, but that would be something I would love to do, and I would probably start with my hockey stuff. I mean, not hockey, but my soccer stuff. Then move to my hockey stuff because that's the second, and then probably strat. And I think with the with like History Maker Baseball, I could get uh, like a whole team because the History Maker baseball cards are really small, and I think I could get a whole team on sheet. And then what I'd do is I'd have the batters, the pitchers, uh, per team. So probably take about 2 sheets to do one team, uh, and it would I would have to see how many I could get into like one of those 8x5 binders, but I'm sure I could get a lot of my teams in there. And I'd like to have one for the National League and one for the American League type thing. Uh, that would be nice. And and then I would also like to have it for my boxing stuff as well, but I would need several of those because uh, there are like 100 cards per set for for the boxing, and I've got the heavyweights. I got the heavyweight two, and I got all but the three. Uh, there's there's only like 3 sets I don't have. The sets that I don't have are the supplemental sets. I don't have uh, the 3 supplemental sets. Those are the only sets of Glory Days boxing I don't have. But each set has about 100 boxers to it, and that is a lot. Because you got heavyweights two, middleweights, lightweights, flyweights, bantamweights. Uh, there's, let me see here. Let me see just exactly how many sets there are. So there are, let's see here. Let's see. You've got heavyweight two, middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, featherweight, bantamweight, flyweight, and then the 3 supplemental sets. So you have got 12 sets for Glory Days boxing, and each one has at least 100 boxers to it. So you're talking if you add it all up, that's 1,012 boxers, and I'm not sure exactly uh, how many I could get into one of those binders, but it would be nice to get like all the heavyweights together, so that would be 200, and with the other ones, uh, you know, just that many in. So I would probably have just 11 binders just for the boxing alone if I did it like that. That's a lot. Um, and to shorten it down, if I did 200, I would have the heavyweights in one, and then like the like the middleweights and welterweights in another one type thing. It would take at least, if I had did 200 per binder, it would take at least 6 binders to do all of that. But I would like to try to make my collection. I like the idea of using those 5 by 5 by 8.5 binders to make things look nice. Uh, but it's going to take some time because I think I looked, and to get like 6 of them is like 30-40 bucks. So that's that's like getting uh like 3 of the boxing sets, because the boxing sets are $15 a piece. So yeah, with like the soccer, I could put like my MLS sets together, the and I got like 3 of them. Uh so I could put all 3 of my MLS soccer stuff together, and I would try to put the try to put in the women's the National Women's Soccer League in that as well. So I would put all those 3 sets together, because you're talking like maybe 30, 60, and the women's only has 12, so maybe 72 cards. That's not that bad. Uh, and the other thing is I want to try to keep the MLS stuff separate from like the English Premier stuff, and then the national stuff uh, separate as well, meaning like the Bundesliga and the Liga, Italian La Liga type set, those type sets separate as well. Uh, so it would take 3 or 4 of that binders for all my soccer stuff too. I just want to make my sets look nice, and I think those uh, 5 by 5 by 8.5 binders would make it look really, really nice in that. And I wouldn't have to use boxes, the boxes, except for like the dice and storing the actual boxes for the instructions and stuff like that. So some things to think about. So, but tune in tomorrow. We'll have game 3 between Seattle and Portland, and we'll have game 3 between Orlando and New York. And I tried to get us some wins tonight, but uh, neither of the teams, neither the ones that did the surprise wins last 2 games, neither of those teams really showed up tonight. Can the upsets win? We'll see. Tune in tomorrow and find out, guys. Take care.